Happy Thursday. We are officially 1 week away from Christmas, and I don't really think any of you are going to be maybe buying a home for someone else this Christmas, but if you want to be the big spender, here's your guy. We have Eric Tidmore from 1% Lists Scenic City. Eric, always a pleasure to have you on board.
Thank you for having me.
And have you guys been pretty busy during the holidays?
We have. You know, they released that last interest rate drop, and you know, the rates necessarily haven't reflected that immediately. That's kind of a trickle-down effect, but it gives like a whole new perspective to potential buyers.
That's amazing.
So it's been great. We've been busy the last week or so.
Obviously, we have the privilege of hanging out with you periodically here on the show, but for people who might be tuning in and being like, what is this guy all about? Can you give them a little bit of an idea of what 1% Lists Scenic City is and what sets you guys apart? Absolutely.
We're a full-service brokerage. You know, from start to finish. We're with you hand in hand till the day you walk out of closing with your funds. We list your house for 1%. You know, the average realtor is charging, you know, 2.5%, 3%, some in our market even 4% just to list your house. That's not any compensation to a buyer's agent, but we do that for 1%. So at the end of the day, that saves you a lot of money.
It does, and you can end up putting it maybe on another down payment on something else, a car, whatever that may look like.
Absolutely.
You're basically putting money back in people's pockets.
Absolutely. We had a client we closed 2 weeks ago. We saved them $20,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is incredible. Something, okay, you talked about really what makes you guys different. Your experience in real estate, how does that set you apart from the other people out there?
Absolutely. You know, career sales, I have over 1,200. When it comes to actually flips that I've done myself, you know, over 250 flips. A lot of numbers, a lot of experience. You know, and that comes down to whether you're negotiating repairs or you're negotiating an appraisal issue. I've been there. I've done it before.
Yeah.
I know what to look out for, and I know how to get us out of a problem.
And this ain't your first rodeo either.
It is not.
When you talk about as well as numbers, there's also the people behind those numbers as well. And I know that you have such a great relationship with your clients and being able to carry them through these somewhat stressful life events. Maybe they're a first-time home buyer, maybe this isn't their first time doing it, but they're able to come back and trust you and be like, Eric, help me out. What does this look like? Any sort of client stories you want to share about how you've been able to change their lives?
You know, over the years, I have several clients that, you know, we're at their 4th or 5th transaction.
Yeah.
I have one in particular, 12 transactions over the years.
Oh my word.
Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. And then I deal with a lot of investors that buy houses, renovate them, maybe even live in the house for 2 years and then sell the house.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of great relationships. You know, in our brokerage, we have a great team. You know, we've got Liz, our operations manager. She knows real estate backwards and forwards. We got Mike Nichols. We got Cole Land. Exceptional agents, been in the business a long, long time, tons of experience.
Absolutely. You really put people's minds at ease, especially if it's during the holidays and you're down to the wire trying to get things resolved, or you're about to start the new year and there's going to be some things around the corner maybe people need to look out for.
Absolutely.
You're there for them as well.
Absolutely.
Anything as we're kicking off the new year that you wanted to note for people?
You know, real estate always stays like a roller coaster. We're at the bottom of that roller coaster right now. We start to pull out about mid-January. So if you're thinking about selling, it's a great opportunity. Have us out at your house. Let's get a game plan together. We can look at things that may need to be done. The biggest thing when you're selling a house is return on investment. You don't want to do too much.
Yeah.
You can get, well, I'm going to replace the garage doors. I'm going to do this. You know, and the next thing you spend $10,000, $12,000, and you may necessarily not get that back.
Sure. So you want to go ahead and make people know that ahead of time.
So we can give you great advice on that, where to put the money at, and what's going to give you the most ROI.
Return on your investment.
Return on investment.
Absolutely. That's what people want to know, especially during the holidays when people are trying to put a little bit more extra money in their pockets because they've already done all the holiday shopping and all the things. Something else, business, residential, both. What areas do you guys cover?
We do some commercial. Just depends on the situation. Residential, we travel about an hour from our office.
Yeah.
So, you know, our whole area, we can service it very, very well.
You're meeting people where they are. Well,
absolutely.
That's going to bring us to our poll question of the day, sponsored by 1% Lists Scenic City, the man of the hour. The question is just, is your house decorated for the holidays? Something kind of festive, yes, no, or you're still hanging up lights, which to me, my house has been decorated since like, I think before Thanksgiving. I'm one of those people, but if you want to participate in the poll, yes, no, you're still hanging up lights, you got 3 options. WDEF.com/vote now will take you directly to that, or scan that QR code you see right there on your screen to participate in the poll. Sponsored by 1% Lists Scenic City. Somebody just said yes, 100% of people have apparently decorated their house for the holidays. You don't want to be a Scrooge or a Grinch out there and not decorate. And here's your guy if you want to get a whole new house and get it taken care of.
That's right.
And deck it out for the holidays as well. Eric,
absolutely.
It's always a pleasure to have you on board. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
To visit them at sellfor1.com, right?
That's it,
Sellfor1.com to get involved with 1% Less Scenic City right before the holidays or to kick off a whole brand new year right around the corner, 2026. Stay with us. You're watching Let's Chat. We'll be right back after this.